Here on GoPSUSports.com with Teniya Page. Obviously, preseason now well underway. I'm curious what you're seeing from everybody in the gym right now that's impressing you.
Everyone's giving a lot of effort. They're trying really hard to get things down, be disciplined, and do everything that coach asking them to do. So far, everyone's basically taking it upon themselves. Like, at the end of the last year, we did this as a young group. We have to get a lot better each day and figure out what to do from there.
Coquise Washington earlier was talking to me a little bit about kind of the strength of the guards and the guard play across the Big Ten. You obviously coming off of a standout season. How hard have you worked, and kind of what's been your process in terms of moving your name up there as one of the top guards?
Learning how to play both ends of the court. A lot of people, tell me, I can score, but I never really challenged myself on the defensive end enough. And last year, that was one of the things I talked to Cole about what I wanted to do when I came back. So basically just correcting my footwork on offense again, but also correcting it on defense as well, and making sure that I'm in good enough shape to do that on both ends consistently.
And then in the early part of the off season, what were some of the things you were really keen in on working on in the gym?
Catch and shoot, ball handling, coming out ball screens. But definitely free throws, because obviously I want to be like a 90% free throw shooter. It has improved over the past 2 years, but that was pretty much it. And obviously defensive slides and lateral quickness.
And then obviously you had some experience with USA Basketball. Tell us a little bit about that experience and kind of what were some of your main takeaways?
I originally went, obviously they gave me the opportunity to play on the U23 team if I was to make it, but one of my big things going there was with all the good guards there, could I compete with them at a consistent level, both on offense and defense, and basically prove to myself that what I worked on this summer would, obviously benefit it. And being there, it did. I had the opportunity to be on a team with Kelsey Mitchell and Hallie Thome from Michigan, and then playing with Asia Wilson. So it was an adjustment because Asia's obviously probably the best player in college basketball, and just playing with a different guard like Kelsey, getting things from a different perspective. So it was good. Having to guard some of the best guards like Jordan Canada and Ariel Atkins. So it was a good time overall. It was very challenging from day one to the end. So.
And now getting back into this team, some freshmen here, new 3 freshmen. I'm curious, what have you seen from them in terms of their development, how they've kind of handled the transition from high school to college?
They've been some rough patches, but I think that's expected for everyone when they come in, unless you're just different. But they're all trying to find their way, and they try to find their way together. They have questions they ask us, but if anything, they still give the maximum amount of effort to do everything that they have to do and trying to contribute to the team the best way they can.
And you, obviously one of 3 team captains this year. How do you kind of describe your leadership style?
I have the most different leadership style from the other 2. We're all introverted, so it's kind of hard to necessarily be so different from each other, but I kind of become an extrovert when I have to in comparison to the other 2. But right now it's more of a if you need me, come to me, I'll help you out. If I observe something that you're doing wrong, I help too, on the court and off the court. So that's pretty much my leadership style.
Seems like I've been hearing a lot of the word chemistry right now. How do you kind of go about creating that chemistry? And from your perspective, where do you think the chemistry is at right now with this team?
I think it's good. I could think like everything else, it could be better. But it's really good because, everyone's close within the same age. We don't have any seniors. And a lot of people knew each other prior to this, so Alicia and Kamara knew Saya before, and we're all just a really close bunch and unit, and the way we go about that is hanging with each other off the court, like going to the movies, or we spend a lot of time in each other's apartments, so we basically try to just be ourselves, and we obviously like hanging out with each other, so we kind of do that a lot as well.
I was talking about this with Sarah earlier, but the Big Ten, obviously you're no stranger to the strength of the Big Ten. What is the Big Ten like, and what were you able to kind of learn over your career here about what it's like to kind of sustain the Big Ten play throughout the season?
You kind of have to go into every single game, home and away, with a mentality that regardless of how the game is going, you just kind of got to push through it because it's a long game. I've been in games where we've been down a lot and came back and won, or we've been up a lot and came back and lost. So it's one of them things where, like, game in, like, every single game is, you know, you got to have the mentality of, like, it's not over. 40 minutes, consistently, it's going to be hard. It's going to be physical. And then from the guards' perspective, like, there's a lot of good guards, so you can never take a play off. You kind of learn that over a while. Like, for me, it took longer than in certain aspects in comparison to other people. But as far as sustaining that competitive edge and everything else in the Big Ten play, it's kind of how you have to go about it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.